Hello, this is UnholyCrucifier with Crucifixion Gaming, and you're here because you want to learn the basics of Grim Dawn. This will be my first in a series of hopefully expansive, just general overview of the game. Today, we'll be taking a look at my test character. So, for starters, you have the different difficulties that you can choose from. Normal, Elite, Ultimate. You have to beat normal to get to elite. You have to beat elite to get to ultimate. But you can select only for normal the veteran increased challenge mode. I always go for it just because I'm familiar with the game. I'm familiar with these kind of games in this genre. So that's what I do. Let's start up and have a look at the stats. I'm not leveled up very much with this character just for the test. You have, whenever time you level up, you gain ability point, attribute points. You can put a point in either physique, cunning, or spirit. Now I'll mouse over these, that way you can pause the video and read what they do. But in general, main takeaway is physique gives you more health, and constitution, which is that kind of yellowish hazy bar over your health. When you get out of combat, your constitution will refill your health at the cost of losing constitution. You can regain your constitution by finding food and stuff like that. Main point of physique is also that you can acquire and put on heavier pieces of gear. Cunning will increase your damage and your offensive rating. I believe physique also increases your defensive rating. I'll put the link for the expansive detailed breakdown of everything in the description. Spirit increases the amount of energy you have and energy regeneration, and the amount of damage you do with magical attacks. Okay, so, and this is getting on. I'll go ahead and spend a few points. Let's put physique. Let's see, how much do I need for that? 159. I ain't getting nowhere. And physique. But physique is generally a good, safe bet because it gives you health. But I always keep a few of those back. Now, I'm level 10. You start the game off at level 1. When you gain your first level, you'll have the ability to select a class. S to go into the skills, and it'll be highlighted right there for you as well. Soldier, Demolitionist, Occultist, Nightblade, Arcanist, and Shaman. Each have their own different abilities. You get to pick one of these at level 2. Then again, at level 10, you can pick a second class to pair up. You can read over what they do and gives you a decent idea of what the class is about. But here's a little trick that you can do. Let's say you want to look at Soldier. You click the Soldier, but you don't know if you want to commit it, so don't click anything. What you have to do in order to actually invest in this class is down here on the bottom mastery bar. As I put points into this mastery bar, I get 1 point and I'll get to unlock the basic skills. 5 points, I'll get to unlock the second tier of skills, and so on. Now, putting points in the mastery bar is very important for increasing your character's survivability and damage, because it gives physique, cunning, it gives you extra stats. But say, and you can go over here and kind of look at what kind of skills the soldier has. You're like, maybe I don't want to. You can just undo class selection, but only if you don't put any points into the mastery bar, because you can't undo mastery bar decisions. All your skills, they can be refunded and changed, but once you start putting points in there, you can't change it. So let's go ahead. Let's do a soldier. Put one into that, and we'll do cadence. And let's make a battle mage, arcanist. Put a point into that. Scondra's Elemental Exchange. I have plenty of points still to use. But, as you see, we're now a battle mage. Cadence is can be used as a default attack. It buffs up the third attack. My Escondra's Elemental Exchange is a toggleable ability. When I click it, or press 8, it uses a big portion of my energy reserve. But that's fine, because it's going to give me a lot of damage. So, let's put a couple more points. Let's get a Flash Freeze ability. Let's get... let's just grab a few things. Blitz. Arcanist. Go with that. Calidor's Tempest. And put some points into Cadence. Alright, Flash Freeze. Overguard. Blitz. All you gotta do is right click on these and then left click on here. Now as far as builds that work, I will put a link to the forums of a big build compendium that has a lot of really good builds that are tried and true. And if there's any specific requests for a video version of something, I might be able to do it. But now I'm going to work my way and show you another big part of the character progression and customization. It's called Devotion. You might have seen it when I was in my skills menu. Right there. We actually have to go and earn these devotion points by restoring ruined shrines. So let's head down there and do that. You press L on the keyboard, opens up your personal rift gate, which you can use to travel out of scary areas. And if you die, you'll be able to come back to that. Let's kill those. These are ethereal crystal clusters. They spawn people, so if you kill them, the spawns go away. Another thing is, you kind of notice right there, the kind of stuff was in the way. You can zoom in and out pretty well with this game. And if you hold, that's with the mouse wheel. If you can also hold the mouse wheel, you completely change the orientation. Okay. So here's a rune shrine. They require sacrifices, or sometimes they require you to beat a wave of enemies or two, and then you'll see what it does. Get that. Now I get a devotion point. Back in my skills, devotion. I have 1 point. You can only have 50. And these are all able to be taken out, or put in and taken out. These are not permanent. It'll cost you resources, but it's a trade-off you have to pay. So basically, and how it works is you have each of the constellations require different amount of affinity. You can see they're in red. So if I wanted to get the Sailor's Guide, I first have to get the blue crossroads right here. And you'll see when I hit that, all those kind of lit up. So as I get more points, I start gaining more and more. Once you get to the outer rim of these constellations, you start getting some of the most powerful devotions in the game. And a lot of them are just really awesome to use. Like this one is a meteor shower that comes down and smites people. So pretty cool stuff. Let's yes, that's the rift gate. You can go back. This is the world map. Show that off. You got a lot of area. All the way there. So go ahead and back to Devil's Crossing, which is our very first area. Okay. Now, for itemization and stuff, you have your typical action RPG stuff. You have common white items, then you have your yellows, and you have your greens, and you got maybe blues and purples in there, and then you start getting a light teal blue, which are called epics, which are very good, and then you at level 50 you start finding legendary items. These things are very powerful, best items in the game typically, but not always. The itemization and stats, how they have it set up in this game, are actually very good compared to other most action RPGs, because sometimes you'll find an item that is a rare, these green, and it outclasses a legendary just because of the stats it gives. So really cool. You have your own personal stash for your character, and then you have item transfers between all characters. On the bottom right here left of your health bar, you have show auto loot, so you can pick what kind of items you see that only drop. So I'm tired of picking up white items. I'm gonna go with just magic and above, yellows and above. As you saw on one of my big stash, I have all these are called components, and they all have different stats and buffs and stuff. Sometimes even some of them grant you skills even. The idea behind these is you apply them to your gear, like this bristly fur. Used on all armor gives me 90 health and 25% constitution. I right click it, then left click it on the item I want to put on. Not too bad. So after that, it comes down to just playing the game, and I mean this is a very basic rundown. I mean, you have all your different stats in here that you can go through. Your damage per hit. I mean, they don't really hide too much from us in this game about how much is doing for what and all that. Your defensive tab. And your resistances. The biggest thing is just exploring the map, because this game is not like other RPGs where everything's random. It's a very handcrafted map, so not much really changes other than the monsters, but they have a ton of secrets in this game. You know, you're walking along and then you just kind of happen to mouse over that, like, oh, that boat. Let's go to the boat. Whole new secret area over here. So there's all sorts of different secrets hidden around in this game. Let's get some, yeah. And with the way they have the skills and the stats and all the different combinations, you can really build a character that you want to play. There's no right or wrong. I mean, your first character is probably going to be messed up a little bit, but don't fret. It's okay. You'll learn, and any way you want to play this game, there's a build going to be out there and able for you to do it. So it's a lot of fun. I like this game a lot. I'm a big action RPG player, and been burnt out on the other ones in the genre, but this one has really captured my attention. I hope you give it a try. I will be going over some of the other mechanics in this game, the different other more specific gear pieces, other end-game content, ideals and concepts like that in a later video. Hope maybe I could see this being a 2 or 3 part video, hopefully not too long. But yeah, and if any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to put them in the comments of the video. And I think that'll be it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is UnholyCrucifier signing off. And stay unholy.